So here are my tips on how to crush your no buy or low buy week, month or year. Let's go. Number one is creating lists. So listing out what your needs are, listing out what you're allowed to buy, listing out what you're not allowed to buy. The great thing about listing all these things is that you can make all of this up. This is up to you. So what I would do is first I would list my basic needs, which are say basic living costs. So that's like rent, mortgages, food, utilities, the gym, insurance, healthcare, anything like medical related. In my view, that's what I would consider as kind of basic living cost, effectively what you need to survive. That can be different for everyone, but effectively write down your basic living costs, what they come up to, and then that total amount is effectively what you know you are going to spend, and it's okay because you need that to survive. Next, I would list what you're allowed to buy outside of your basic living cost. So this could be, say for myself, going to yoga or Pilates once a week. For me, I just get a lot of value from that. I enjoy it. So for me, that's what I'm allowing myself to buy, and that's okay. So what is on your it's okay to buy list? That's completely up to you. Then I would list what I'm not allowed to buy. So anything that you think is non-essential, that might be a little bit like you're splurging or impulse buys, that kind of thing. List out what you are not allowed to buy. Next is having a fun fund. So I personally like having a balance in life. So even allowing a certain amount for fun each month is okay to me. So maybe that might include having an amount set aside for going out to eat, like having a meal out or going out with friends or maybe going to the cinema, but do what feels best for you. Personally, I think it's great to have a fun fund so you can enjoy your life. I believe that people in general can budget while also having fun. Next is clarifying the priorities. So thinking, what is the priority? What is the reason behind even doing a no buy or low buy year, week or month? So is the goal that you want to save more, you want to invest more, you want to address a spending issue that you have, whatever it is, decide what the priority is. What is the goal that is going to motivate you? So for example, when I first started working in the corporate world in Ireland, I knew my first goal was to save that initial cash buffer, that emergency fund. So knowing that goal, that gave me the intrinsic motivation to stick to only buying the essentials that I needed, which then helped me to actually attain that goals within the first year, fully funded emergency fund, all sorted, had more left over as well. So I believe that knowing the goal, knowing what your why is, the reason why you're doing this, and fully backing yourself on this goal, that helps you to build that intrinsic motivation, which can ultimately help you take the actions that are needed to get to your no buy, low buy goal. To me, when my goal was greater than the feeling of wanting to buy some other nonsense, it was quite easy for me to stick to the path. Next is statements. So this is effectively how I kickstart motivation. So if you want some extra motivation and extra push, what I have done in the past is printing out bank statements and physically highlighting all the crap, all the nonsense that I've bought before. I did this years ago. I still remember when I first did this. I personally found it so motivating looking at all the nonsense that I saw physically in front of me on a printed out bank statement. Now you can always look at your transactions on your phone, but for me it just helped when I printed it out and had it in the physical 3D format. Next is limit distractions. This is effectively getting rid of or limiting anything that can distract you from your no buy, low buy goals and the actions that you're taking. So for me, this was deleting any of the email marketing campaigns from shops, literally just clicking unsubscribe from all these different shops like Zara and Mango who are emailing me with all these different shop offers, 10% off. I didn't need it, so I just deleted, just unsubscribed. Also unfollowing accounts on social media that are promoting different products. So for example, there was a really fun, I think it was like a TikTok or an Instagram trend, which is best things to buy from Amazon, or like the top 10 things that you need from Amazon. Like I really enjoyed those videos, but I just unsubscribed from all of those accounts. Also, there were some lovely interior design accounts that I was following and their content was well crafted, loved what they did, but as much as I loved watching their content, their videos, it made me feel subconsciously like I wanted to buy some interior design things, but I didn't actually need any of these things. And I didn't actually, when I thought about it, I didn't actually want these things either. So I unfollowed all these accounts, and then I realized I didn't think about buying any of those things once I unfollowed those accounts, because it wasn't in my sphere, it wasn't in my environment. So limiting distractions can really help. Next is understanding and reminding yourself that small steps compound. So it's okay to start small. If you have maybe a spending issue, or you're buying a lot, or you're buying things maybe every day, then maybe try, instead of a no buy month, maybe start with a no buy week to start with. And then after the week, maybe do a no buy 2 weeks or a no buy 3 weeks, and sort of build it up a bit. Next, getting back on the horse. So if you fall off the horse and start buying nonsense stuff again while you're in the middle of your no buy or low buy month, first I would say learn from it. Learn what triggered that spending, see how you can prevent that in the future, and then get back on the horse, get back on it and continue your no buy week or month. It's so easy to start a no buy or low buy month with very good intentions, but then you might fall off the horse, you might buy some nonsense, and you might think, you know what, I'm going to stop this no buy month and I'll just start again next month. And it's very easy to see how that cycle can just continue, and you'll never actually end up completing a no buy month. I think a no buy or low buy month, personally, even if you fall off the horse once, like if you make one nonsense purchase, just stick with it. Stick with that no buy month. So even in one no buy or low buy month, if you just made one nonsense purchase, that month might still be so much better than your previous months. And in my view, I would say that that's progress. So even if you fall off the bandwagon, you fall off the horse, you make 1 or 2 nonsense purchases, just continue through that month, see it through to the end, and you can just keep improving from there. Next, accountability. One way of holding yourself accountable is to tell someone else that you trust, and someone who is supportive. You can tell them that you're doing a no buy or low buy month or week or year. And by doing so, you're actually physically voicing it out into the universe, and you're saying, I'm making this commitment. You can do this on your own. You can do this out loud in your own room to yourself. That's absolutely fine. What's helped me a lot of the time is I just say to some family, by the way, this is what I'm doing. And it's like I set a goal, whatever the goal is. I bring the goal from my mind out into the tangible 3D universe, effectively. Next is measuring the results. So what I would do is, to measure your results, get an average of how much your previous weekly or monthly spending was, and then compare it to the spending that happened in your no buy or low buy period. Say if last month you spent £3,000, but this month then with your low buy, no buy period of time, you spent £2,200. That's a saving of £800. So that's one way of measuring your results as an example. Next, when you're reviewing your no buy, low buy month, have a look at what impulse buys caught you, what triggers your spending. Is it boredom, or is it stress? Is it, you had a frustrating or stressful day at work? Check what is triggering the spending. Or is it a belief that I need to have X, I need to have this new outfit, or I need to have this new tech in order to feel enough? Is it stemming from a limiting belief? I come across a number of people who have spending habits that have gone out of control, but actually when you kind of work energetically with them, it's coming from limiting beliefs of not feeling worthy enough, not feeling deserving enough, not feeling enough. And they think that buying different items can help make them feel enough. So have a look at what is triggering your spending. Have you tried a no buy or low buy year? What worked for you? Drop it below. Now, if you found this video helpful at all, like, subscribe, follow for more on how you can master your money and energy. Let's make this year your best financial year yet.